is for choosing to show up in love. That's going to be our theme for today. We're going to talk about just how much love had to be shared, had to be felt, had to be shown up for us to be able to show up for this moment right now. All right, thinking of it from the perspective of our own individual experience as a person. Choi Vive, I see you, Sam and Shannon. Thank you, beloved friends, for joining me. Right? Like as an individual, we need to have had been loved in order to be here now. Our moms had to feed us, our dads had to feed us, had to send us to school, had to make sure we don't die some horrific death from a place of love so that we can be here now. But also, I think I'm gonna do that. Yeah, that looks better. But also, on a societal level, on a humanity level, there had to be an extreme amount of love for us to be the society we are right now, to be this version of humanity, to have the technology we do, to be allowed the experiences that we get to have right now. All right. There's a lot. Complex Cat, it's been a while, friend. Sending you love. Thank you for joining us again. It's nice seeing you. We'll read something worth saying. I opened to this one so many times. The fear arises from the thought. I'm gonna look for one more love related, I think. Hmm. Hmm. This is a good one. But like passing, I'm gonna read this one as the main one. Hey Corey, even Corner, thank you for joining us, dear friends. Remove all the hinders. Remove all that hinders your path to love. I think this is the one. This feels like the one. There is nothing you can wait for that will bring you the love you already have inside of you. There is nothing you can wait for that will bring you the love that is already inside of you. I think we talked about that day before yesterday. Is that a Christian joining us? Mahalo, the comment section. Christian was trying to call me just as I was sitting down to stream, and I felt bad telling him that I can't talk right now. And here he is. I wanted to ask him to get into stream, but I didn't, and he did it himself anyway. Love you, brother Bear, Corey. Feeling all right this morning. Calm and happy to be here with you wonderful friends. How about you? Thank you for asking. So much love is being sent. Yee! We did. We did it. We made it to another day. Day 749. Tomorrow will be day 750. 750. 3/4 of the way towards 1,000. And day 750, I believe, is going to be an interesting day for me. Day 751 might have an update to the stream. Don't want to jinx myself, but we'll see. We'll see how things manifest. I've been kind of quiet about the manifesting because I've been worried that it's not going to happen, tripping out that it's not going to happen, even realizing how I create suffering with expectation again. I put some valor on the Garrick today, also on my neck. Thank you, Sharon. One of the cats just jumped at the other one. Love, perpetual love. So I'll write perpetual in here. Perpetual. Perpetual. What a cool word. Christian, bless you. So much love. The I'm tripping out counter is happening. Dude, I'm never gonna not be tripping out, Gab. Like I honestly believe, dude, that there's something a little bit broken in my brain where I'm just always actually tripping out. Right? Like the experience the experience I'm having right now, someone else might have if they took 5 grams of mushrooms. And I'm just here. Oh yes. Base reality. This is normal. Everything is speaking to me at the same time. The cat's tails and the way they move is inducing information in my brain. the birds in the background, the way the trees are fractaling out, the way the clouds are overcasting above me, cutting out some of the sunlight. Me sitting in the tree, oh, sitting in the shade of the trees, and the trees casting a shadow, and yet that shadow encodes within it the fractal of itself, making me. God, what have you done to me? Oh, hey, Fatima, it's nice having you here too. Don't be quiet. I'm actually tripping a bit. There we go. Complex Cat is actually in it. We're on pretty different trips though. We always are Complex Cat, but it's always in a way the same trip. All right, we can trip out about linearity, about time frames, about at which point the trip you're having is the trip I'm having, right? Or we can just be like, we're all tripping out all of the time right now. Shruvo! Yeah, look where it is! It's Maxine! I missed y'all of you. We missed you too. We need you to be back, and here you are. Now we're capable of sending you extra love. Even a Toast Malost is here too, Brother Kyle. It's so cool having you friends here. It's been a while since I saw Kyle and Maxine, actually. Good morning, wonderful Flash Vehicles. Morning, Duck Dad. Thank you for tripping out with us. Even Brother Ryan is here. Miss you all. Shrumo, too. Love you on a Thursday. My 14-year-old cat with no front claws and that missing canine tooth brought me a live mouse at 3 a.m. on my pillow. It got loose, but I was tired, so it's somewhere in my room as my new pet. Nice. Thank you, catties, for bringing rats into my room. Yeah. Whoa, what on earth is time? What is time? What is time? Weirdly enough, the Dega symbol is attached to time as well. So maybe just as like I'm not saying this is where it is, complex cat, but at least in the Nordic way of seeing things, right? The whole hourglass is infinity, and according to the Nordic runes, this symbol means enlightenment or dawn, right? And there has to be time for there to be a dawn. So maybe time is enlightenment. Maybe the ability to transcend time is enlightenment. Maybe time is there so that you can experience enlightenment. How about that? I'm gonna add some more. I'm gonna add some Fehu. It's like the god rune. Some Fehu. Maybe we're on the same trip. Yeah. Complex cat, you'd be surprised how many synchronicities we probably share, dear friend. It goes beyond our perception, even. I'll add some protection and I'll add some abundance. The way I think of this abundance rune is like it's almost like 2 cups catching double abundance. Babria, thank you for joining me. Hi to you. Jovan joining us on the You Now side too. I am lit tired. Fruit cup woke up later than usual. So that was nice. Taking a breath with you, Brother Corey. Even though you might be tired, you're still present. I love you, Brother Bear. Thank you for showing up. Eek a mouse. Lay on tiles on peanut butter if you want to get to know your new fur bear. Lay out tiles of peanut butter, just tiles of it. It was good, Sam. Blessed with so many amazing friends with us in the space. I'm surrounded. Our Isaac and possibly some Haywire Hill founders. Is Isaac here? I wonder. Maybe Wazik will join us. Lolo joined us though. So nice seeing you. Plenty of crumbs from Duck Daughter. Slowly but surely feeding the mouse. Nice. I wonder if time is something only felt in this dimension. I believe time is felt as a movement of this dimension, right? That I can see my hand, 3-dimensional space move. So it's like slices, right? And that is the time that I'm experiencing. But you, the awareness that you are, can see that time unfold in front of you in the same way you can see a flower open up in front of you as well in a time lapse, right? So it's almost like your awareness exists beyond the 3-dimensional and time dimensions to the point where you exist in all time, in all dimension, right? You are the encapsulation of time and dimension. Hello, other humans. Billy Balls. Thank you for the invite of friends. Yasmin. Maybe that's the way you're supposed to say it. Nice to have you too, dear friend. Sending you love. Good day again, Lolo. Love you. We'll have to do some DMT and find out beans. That's suddenly goes to the extremes. It's been a minute since I've dabbled Ninja Nanner, but I feel like it's time. I've been shedding major skin and old paradigms. A trip, I feel, would help aid me across the finish line. It's been that way for me at least. Maxine, like a trip, like, and this is something I shared on r/LSD actually. A friend sent this list, asking what can I do to make my space, my room, a little bit better for a trip. And he added a list of bunch of things that he wanted to bring into his space. And then I comment, well, if you really want to make your space a little bit more trip friendly, I would suggest you clean your room. I would suggest, and your trip can just be your sobriety, right? This is your trip. You're tripping out, having a human experience right now. The human experience is not a normal one. This is like a psychedelic trip you're having, all right? So cleaning your room or cleaning your house, for example, can be a great way to take care of your trip. And then someone mentioned, right, like they've never articulated themselves like that, but they agree actually completely with what I'm saying about cleaning your room instead of adding more things to it. And then I shared in that like little text thread that I feel it's almost like we're, how do I articulate this? It's almost like we're capable. Let me show you what I'm looking at. These silly creatures. They're not being mean, they're just playing. Are you being silly kitties? Are you biting your sister? You silly kitties, you. So yeah, uh, basically wanted to share the fact that we can love ourselves. We can appreciate our own efforts. Accidentally hit my power button. What are you doing, you shenanigans? Are you silly kitties? To complete the point that if you're gonna have a trip, right? Like it's impossible for you to not have this trip. Just make this trip one where you're at least loving yourself. You're appreciative of your own efforts. So the to complete this point that I'm really trying to make, Maxine, is that if you're going to have a psychedelic experience, take it and take it like genuinely with this intention of appreciating, recognizing your own efforts, right? Like these paradigms you've been shifting, these old patterns you've been transcending. When you go into this experience, recognize deeply the progress that you've made. You deserve that. You can do that right now as well. But sometimes when we are a little bit more open, we really realize how much has changed. I'm with you. Hard for me to find the time, but I must. Especially if you have kids, goodness. These kitties are being really cute. I have the time, but I'm intimidated. Oh, yes, Gab. I've been more and more intimidated these days. I think I've gotten over my fear of them again. Like there was a few months that I was like really kind of like skittish of psychedelic experience. And now I'm in that space again where I really enjoy it. I really enjoy it and I want to be able to do it more, but unfortunately, I respect it too much. And I'm saying unfortunately because it's like one of those things where if you wait longer, the experience is better, but also stronger, which can make the experience more intense, which is what you want sometimes, but not always. Oh, it's so nice having you friends here. If you're here right now, and you're only going to be here right now for this moment to hear one thing, I want you to hear the words, I love you. You are worthy of love. You are destined for greatness. It is your birthright to have abundance. I love you. I look forward to seeing you, friends, even more love, even more synchronicity. Usually my trips are so good, and then I get PTSD for having to go back to the experience reality normal. Gob, I've been tripping out about that as well, dude. Like asking myself, is it possible for me to stay in this mindset for infinity, right? The start of it is usually hard because you're going through that integration period and it feels like you're losing your mind almost. And then when you're a smack dab in the middle of it, you can feel so clear, so capable, so articulate, so powerful. Like that's a big one for me. I feel so powerful, like I'm capable of changing the world in an instance. And then, we we have these significance and experiences and thoughts and understandings of ourselves and our roles in the world that it can be a little bit jarring to try and come back to the ordinary human experience. The only thing I've noticed, Gav, is that this ordinary human experience is actually the trip, right? Like that isn't really the trip. That is almost you tripping out less, right? Because you're more open to the infinity than you are right now. And not being completely open to the infinity is trippy. Does this translate? I'm intimidated, Gabs, but I take calm in knowing many have taken the journey before me. They have, they will continue to. If you're going to go through a psychedelic experience, all I'd recommend is just start it by sitting with yourself. Thank you for the little kitties you're sending. Hey, NHIZ, sending you love too. Melt, how long do you usually stream for lately? Like, my average, I think, for this year is getting close to 2 hours. Like, honestly, Complex Cat. It's been kind of nice. Time has been non existent. I haven't the slightest idea where I'd even get DMT. You produce it endogenously, Corey. Maybe like if you really want to experience some DMT, but you don't want to trip out about having to buy it from some sort of sketchy dude, just breathe. That's how I get most of my DMT. You just breathe. You breathe very intensely for multiple cycles until you start to buzz, and you will experience things. You don't have to put anything inside your body either, right? So the whole trip. Uh, I don't think my lab would work as the right tools to properly synthesize the compound. They probably would have technically. It's not that hard if you can get the base ingredients, right? Like the precursors. It's kind of easy actually. I do the exact same, Melty. I clean my space and I make sure to set up pleasant images and safe surroundings before tripping. Also meditating and saging the space has helped. Same for me. I like to sage while I'm tripping because I like I think I do magic. Thank you again for coming back. Or maybe still the same friend. Show us your phone stick. Love me some DIY tripod. Yeah, phone stick. Phone stick is still kicking strong. I think I'm going to, at some point, hopefully in this year, I've been talking to my brother, but he's been chilling with his girlfriend this week to make phone stick too. Maybe I'll actually put it on a proper tripod, but I need something to mount my cell phones with. So maybe I'll have like a double wide stream setup where I'll connect this cell phone as well. Then maybe I can get a proper image. I might run away. Good to see you for a bit, Mel. Complex cat. Nowhere, no matter where you run, there you'll be. Right? I'll never be more than a thought away. Same with you here in this moment. Love you. Thank you for joining me for even a second. Hey, here comes a sneeze. Corey growing mushrooms is super easy if you go that route. There's another one actually. Working lurking, but I wanted to say hello to you friends. Love you too, Jovan. Love you, Complex Cat. I'll see you again soon, friend. Need a trip to be able to change more. More change. Tripping out counter. I'm late. Love you, big fella. Your accent sounds like you deserve buddies, not abundance. A bunnyans. I'm so a bunnyans. What did you just say? A bunnyans? Are you trying to say abundance? Are you supposed to say it like that? Are you supposed to say abundance, not abundance? We've been lied to, Shannon. We've been saying abundance this whole time. I am always the most introspective when on shrooms. Everything feels so obvious, and that I could change my own paradigm. You can, Connor, right? And you do. Every single time you think about that, you're contributing the notes. It's almost like you're paying chips. If you think about your moment to moment experience and the things you think about and the things you kind of like choose to participate in mentally, it's an energy you're paying, right? You're paying these chips of energy, chips of time, moments of experience towards something. So that's why I echo over and over again that love is true. Because if I'm going to be paying chips to anything, I want to be paying chips to love, right? Not to fear, not to anger, not to meanness in my heart and my soul, not to disdain for my loved ones or for humanity, but genuine love. So I keep bringing it back to that. You are changing paradigms, Connor. Remind yourself of that too, like a lesson that I can get mushrooms, no problem. Realistically, plenty of online sources. I think in Canada you can get those as well. To sketch you out about something I've never had from the internet, lol. Again, it's time and space. I don't think Peach wants to watch two kids. I mean, not every day, right? That's the other thing you should consider. Maybe not every day, but maybe you can convince her to take care of you as a kid for one day. 6 hours. This coffee is getting violated. Ah, nice. Ninja. If you check out Wim Hof, there we go. Yeah, Wim Hof's 10-minute breath work and do it 3 rounds, you'll trip balls sober. Exactly. You'll flood your body with natural DMT. That's the way I do it. I'm kind of intimidated by DMT these days, yo. I mean, not these days. Like I the last DMT trip I had was on the 22nd of November, 22nd of February last year. Right. So 22 to 22. And I took it at 22 minutes past 10. 22 seconds past, 22 minutes past, 22. So it was like 22, 22, 22, 2, 22, 22, 22, 22 was the exact moment I started lighting up. And I remember opening onto my cell phone and looking at the second counter. And as soon as it hit that 22, I started. Blah, 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 blah. And instead of having this transcendental, mind opening experience, I was dealing with a little bit of a headache as I was going into it. And then as I felt that perception open, I instantly proclaimed, "Heal my brain." And instead of closing my eyes and sinking, melting into that experience, my eyes shot open. And I looked at my environment. I was looking at my painting. I was playing some music next to me. Pippi wanted to get on the bed with me while I was tripping balls. It was an experience. I was like, oh, Pippi, this entity I have in my space wants to be close to me while I'm in this state of mind. That's nice. And I just laid there with my eyes open, tripping out about what this is supposed to mean, why I'm experiencing it like this. And I opened the Garrick to see what the internal meaning was, and it was understanding. And the understanding I gained from that experience specifically is that even though you can have these really interesting experiences with something like DMT, that the experience you're really here for is this one, right? This experience you're having right now. And it was almost too obvious to me in that moment that I'm not supposed to be, not from a perspective of I'm doing something wrong, but from a perspective of I can do something better, right? That I can. I don't know if I not technically I can start smoking DMT like joints, right, all day, every day. Technically, I don't think it builds tolerance. But then I would be so out of it that I wouldn't be here. And if I can't be here, then I won't be able to have the impact I'm supposed to have in this moment. I'm supposed to have in this life. And who am I to say that this impact is any, more important than the impact I'll have, even if I don't have impact, right? But it felt in that moment like a truth, like something I was supposed to understand that even though these psychedelic experiences are great, they're supposed to inform us how great this experience is. It should be like a reminder. It shouldn't be an escape, if that makes sense. So, perpetual love. Perpetual love. Perpetual love. Today's stream topic is about all of the love that had to be shared for you to have this moment right now, right? Like we can all agree that there's been a lot of exploitation, there's been a lot of suffering, there's been a lot of nonsense going on around the world for a very long time. But if not for love, would we be in this moment? Right? If not for our parents, his parents, his parents, his parents, his parents, his parents, loving their kids enough to raise them, we would not be here in this moment right now. So, on a metaphysical, psychological, community level, love is true, right? Otherwise, you would not be right now. And to thank society for that, to thank our world, our collective humanity, all of the people, including the ones that did horrific things, for still the moments of love that they did share, right? Weirdly enough, it's coming to my mind right now as I'm saying these words. It's like, oh yeah, you want to love the people that hurt other people? How about Hitler, dude? You love Hitler? And I'm like, well, I don't know if I love Hitler, right? As I'm trying to preface this with so much layers, but I can acknowledge that there was love between him and his dog. He loved his mother dearly, right? So I can thank him for the love that he did share in those moments. I wish he could see that love in every single other being, realizing that there is no separation, but I can still be grateful for the love that there was shared. Love has been shared, friends. Has been shared over and over again. It's a me, Matt M. Matt M. Nice having you, dude. Sending you love. Laughing Tiger. Really, really, Duck Dad. Really, really. Guess I'm breathing differently once time permits. Try it. Really try it. And commit. It's gonna be difficult. That's something I have to add to you as well. It's difficult. It's not easy doing breathwork exercises, but it is an experience worth having. I slow my breathing to 2 to 3 breaths per minute with Wim Hof. It's wild. Ooh, that is pretty wild, actually. Like yogic breath is like between 5 and 6 breaths a minute. So you're going even below that. Dry, I've missed you. Everyone deserves the buns. Yeah, so much of buns. I want the bun. We got Kami, so much love. My lady bun is currently begging me for my carrot. My dogs are awesome though. Yes, they are, Gab. They're an extension of you. Is that vomit slag? Slag of vomit. Thank you for joining us, V Slag. I didn't think I would see you. I mean, I I haven't seen you. Oh my god, I found Melty on this trash. That's for you now. I hate you now. I'm streaming on YouTube as well, V-Slag. You can join me on YouTube. I actually got microphones now, so I've got really good audio. And of course, the frame is bigger. Unfortunately, this is the way they cut my streams if I stream vertically. It's what I can do. I'm just bored. I don't. Oh yeah, I don't go on YouTube. Oh, fine, fine. V-Slag, be like that. Be too cool for YouTube. Fine, do it. Be I love you, V Slack. Thank you for joining me. Thank you, Tay Tay. Thank you, friend. I'm happy to share it with you, friends. If you want an even better view, like significantly wider, like imagine four more pieces of frame, like this, maybe two more pieces of frame upwards, and four more that way as well. You can join me on YouTube at the same username, Meltmore. I thought you would come on Twitch. No, me and Twitch are just friends. I'm so sorry. I'm extremely sorry. No, like Twitch hasn't been calling to me just for the fact that I haven't had enough devices to stream there as well. I probably will. I probably will start doing it soon even, right? Things are potentially going to change soon, and then I might have the means to stream to multiple platforms at the same time. If you check, I'll check your YouTube if that's what you were getting at. They don't have to, dear friend. I'm trying to give you a better experience. That's what it's actually about for me. All right, like I appreciate you now for the access it's given me to you friends. Access it gave me to a friend called Richard yesterday, even. But that being said, You like YouTube is better. It is better right now for what it is we're doing, for the space we're trying to share. It is pretty weird. I'm just staring at your mouth, lol. You got a pretty mouth. Thank you. No, no. Looks at our own mouth. I, fuck. You're making me trip out. It's like, I don't want to be this self conscious. Where are you from? South Africa. I just use my phone for Twitch, but I don't know your setup. Yeah, I use my phone for YouTube, right? So, unfortunately, unfortunately, it's working right now, and I really care about comments. It's like the most important thing to me. So if I try to use like one of those restream services, like Lyrics Broadcaster or OBS, it kind of takes away my ability to see my comments, and that is no bueno. All right, I want to be able to see you friends and say something. So if I have a external monitor that I can read comments on, I'd be able to turn the stream around, use my main lens, and then broadcast that mainstream to both YouTube and Twitch at the same time. That's the plan, at least. Is it pretty warm there? Unbearably so. I'm sitting this way because I'm sweating right now. I think I might even have some precipitation on my forehead. How about you, Tay Tay? Is it cold where you are right now? It's nice having you here. How long have you been using you now for? I see you're level 10. Do you stream here as well? Do you like it? Mm, that valor is still very present. This is a nice looking joint. I'm very, very happy about how this turned out. Beautiful little fractal. Blessings. Thank you, Mother Nature, for gifting me this opportunity, for creating so much love that I can have this moment, for helping me grow this plant, for growing the other hemp plants that made this paper, for growing the tree that makes up my Garrick, for producing the ink that I wrote down my intentions with, for making people smart enough to collect all of these things. Thank you. Yeah, I definitely stream here. If you can't tell, I mean, with that level, you have to. It's mad. That's some impressive levels you've got there, dude. How long have you been doing it for? I used to stream a long time ago, but got locked out of my old account, so I made this one. Oh, it's interesting how that happens sometimes, huh, Tete? We we find some sort of resistance, right? 9 years, you see, I thought it was going to be something like that. We had Richard join us yesterday, and he's been streaming on you now for like 11 years as well. And I was like, Yossi. Hey, Yossi Bobassi, that's a wrong time to be doing anything. Thank you for inspiring me too, friend. But then Tay took an arrow to the knee. You see, that's exactly where my mind went, Joe Bot. The arrow to the knee analogy, right? And I was thinking about it from this perspective when YouTube, when Reddit stopped working that one time, right? And we had to like stream on Discord, recording it on my phone for the YouTube later. And I was like, oh, that sucks. And then I changed my account as well, thinking that my account got shadow banned or something. Right. So I'm sharing the other side of the fractal of where I lost my account and then I literally just started the next day with a new one. It pushed me to focus on other things. So honestly, a blessing in disguise. You see, I'm happy to hear that, friend. I'm happy that you can see it in that way as well. That you're not a victim to the losing of your account. Thank you for becoming a fan, Mr. or Mrs. Count. Complex Kitty, where are you at? I think Complex Kitty was here for a moment, but has skedaddled, ran away, as she said. I want to hang out with Shanansky, Amara, and all the fluff so bad. They're a little bit of a while away, but it's not impossible. It's closer for you than it is for me. Time for the most part. And also the dog's prey drive. I too free roam buns, duck dad. Buns are my favorite. On my way, every time I trip with Machi around, he vibrates rainbows off of his white fur. I can see it, his little aura. Hey, Mariah, morning to you, friend. Sending love to you and the kiddos. So much love. A man climbs a mountain of meditation only to find the elevator at the top. From a meme I found. I like it. we shared yesterday, Shrumo. We had a friend as a guest on the pod on the stream, and he mentioned that you can think of enlightenment or heading towards unity as us climbing pyramids, right? Not exactly a mountain, but a pyramid. And this pyramid has, in my mind, three sides, right? The tetrahedron pyramid. And you can climb up any of those sides. And no matter what side you're climbing up on, you'll have a divine and different experience, but you're still going in the same direction. So even though there might be an elevator, maybe the climb is a good thing. I thank you for the amazing vibes. Tay Tay, thank you for contributing your amazing vibes as well, dear friend. Maybe we'll see you again soon. Vami, come to YouTube. Nah, Vami's like, nah. Hey, Matt is joining us on the YouTube side. Gangster, dude. It's a better view from you now? You think so? Okay. It's a maybe you mean it's a better view than from you now. I mean here. Welcome to the YouTube side. Look at this guy, look at this open sofa. Anna Hurl. Anna Hurl, thank you for joining us too. I don't think I've seen your username before. Sending you love. How's your January going, Sir Melt of sexiness? My January, my January has been a little bit rough. Oh, like it's been like brutal sometimes. Talon C just hopped over here from you now. Are you Tay Tay? Yeah, Talon. That makes perfect sense. What do you think? Now you can actually see my face. This is what I look like. Yeah. I'm gonna light this joint because I feel like I'm tripping myself out just holding on to it. Welcome, yo. It's nice having you here. Yeah, South Africa. South Africa. I live with my parents right now. They're providing for me so that I can do whatever the hell it is I'm doing right now. Me and my dad have a very interesting relationship where he believes something differently, but he still supports me. It's a paradox sometimes where he supports me, but he doesn't want me to know that he supports me. Because if I knew he supports me, then I would have even more power or something. I don't know. Sorry, your January sucked. No, it's not your fault. It's not your fault, V Slag. My computer broke at the start of January, and then they basically announced like stage 6 load shedding. So we've been dealing consistently every single day this whole year with between 8 and 12 hours of power outages a day. And it's been uh, a little bit discouraging to say the least because I don't have a computer that has batteries right now to be able to do meaningful work when I do not have any electricity. So I have access to my cell phone, which has a battery. And fortunately, through this space, we manifested a UPS to keep the Wi-Fi on, even if the power is off. So I have this medium, this excuse to brain damage myself, to just, oh, guess I don't have electricity for 4 hours. Guess I'm gonna go freaking vert and horizontal and scroll YouTube shorts or something. Does it count back on? Does it come back on at night? How does your dad do his job? My dad uh, works with rocks, basically. All of us. My mom is the one that has a hard time doing her job. My mom bakes for extra income as well, so she makes like rusks and cookies and cakes and yeah, yeah, those are the ones. Rusks, cookies, and cakes. But she can't bake because like if the power is off, so are the ovens, and you can't exactly run ovens off of batteries. At least right now, we're we're getting good. V's like I'm discouraged by the state of my country, but I'm not discouraged. Right? I'm discouraged emotionally, but I'm not discouraged personally. Does that make sense? I'm feeling for my country's people. Is basically what I'm trying to say. Just stopped over. Welcome, gorgeous. It's nice having you here, Talon. Tough love. It's what we need sometimes. My dad doesn't support me, but at least he doesn't project on me anymore. I appreciate that. Yeah. I feel like, in a weird way, and I've been tripping out about this, Gob. I don't know how similar you are to your dad, like, especially when it comes to looks or type of personality, but me and my dad are, in a weird way, the same person, right? Like we're the exact same person. We look the same, we walk the same, we believe with the same amount of ferocity. We are articulate, and I believe we are intelligent. But, and my dad made this mistake a long time ago. My dad fully admits that he believes I'm more intelligent than he is. Right? This is not me being like, oh, this is me prefacing the fact that with this in his mind, higher intelligence, I have come to different conclusions, right? Vastly, well, adjacently, vastly different conclusions. And it, I believe, trips him out, right? Because if his son, who has had access to more information than he has, that has considered the same things he has been brought up in the same religion that he has, doesn't believe the same things as he does, right? And then it's this weird trip of, am I wrong or is he wrong, right? He is smart, so I don't want to believe he's wrong, but I have to believe he's wrong because if he's not wrong, I'm wrong, and I can't be wrong, so he has to be wrong. I understand. I wish I was as strong as you. V-Slag, you are, friend. You're me, dude. Dudette. You're me, right? I'm just this version of me, and you happen to be that version of me. But we are the same me, right? The strength you see in me is in you, after all. Otherwise, you'd just be like, ah, cool, cool, dude. You wouldn't see strength. You would just see noise. It would just be information, non-meaningful to you. Man, if power went out, my whole business would be fucked. We have no sun. I need lights. Yeah. Think about that, Doug Dad. The amount of people whose businesses are getting absolutely anal right now to get like like this is not okay. And yet our South Africans are just being patient. Our economy is shitting the bed so hard. I'm like, why am I laughing about this? It's not funny. Where is our puppy baby? You're never wrong, Melty. Never. When I hear someone say something like "I am never wrong," then instantly my mind goes like, "You're wrong. Oh, you're wrong sometimes." Peppy, there she is. There is our puppy baby. You see her? I love after kiss. Asha mash mash. Asha my mash. Asha mash mash mash. That's your leafy dog. I love you. Thank you for coming closer. It's hot today, huh? It's like feels like 36 degrees Celsius right now, close to 100 Fahrenheit. And what about wood fire ovens? I don't know if that's going to be a realistic solution because like my mom bakes things at certain temperatures for a certain amount of time, right? Otherwise it doesn't turn out the way it's supposed to. So I don't know if you can regulate the temperature with a wood fire stove, one, and installing a wood fire stove would be an absolute nightmare. And then finally, if my mom had to try and bake next to a wood fire stove, she would melt. Like I mean, we're melting. Like I don't know if I should share this. You know, in honor of transparency, maybe I'll light this joint as soon as I share this weird fact, so I can forget that I just shared it. But it gets so hot here in South Africa that as I'm working packaging rusks, I have to be mindful of where my elbows are pointing because there is sweat running down my arm, dripping. Yeah, it gets hot here, unreasonably hot. And the amount of humidity we have these days because of the amount of water that's been falling has been doubling the effect. My dad supports me now because I'm a grown man with a child and a wife. An old school brain, there is nothing more I can accomplish. It's like, yeah, he's got child and wife. He's man. He's so man. I'm so proud of you, so manning. We have a few power outages. I try to always take the time to go outside and ground myself and get away from the screens. I do see how that can be annoying though. Stay diligent to continue to do what you can. I'm trying to, Talon. Thank you for that encouragement. Are we gonna light this? Huh? Perpetual love. Perpetual love. Loving perpetually. Your house would be like 120 Fahrenheit exactly. It's 3 degrees Celsius here, which isn't bad for winter. Yeah. Unfortunately, that tree behind us fell down as well. It used to at least absorb a few thousand watts of energy blasting down from the sun, getting absorbed. But yeah, what can you do? Looking, cooking is art, baking is science. Yeah, exactly. Chicago summers, baby. 90% humidity and it's intense. Yeah, to the baking comment. Damn, that's hot. Tiger, the Chicago part is true as well. We're present. We caught up. I'm gonna light this joint for perpetual love. I'm looking at myself. I love you, self. You're a great guy. Instantly, I'm like, no, you're not. You're not a great guy. You're a piece of shit. Stop it, though. I am a great guy. You have to perpetually love yourself, friends. You have to perpetually love yourself. See, like, non-stop, keep loving you. You can't just, yeah, I love myself, and then you're done. No, unfortunately, no. It would be great if it went that way. It'd be so much easier. Love yourself once, yeah, and then you're done. My joint is getting wrecked. I love this lighter my dad gave me so much. My little lightsaber. Spaceship. Plastic, metal, fossil fuels. A crystal that I strike to make a spark. And if not for humanity's ingenuity, this object would not exist. And technically, I wouldn't be less for it. But we do create things, invent things to kind of allow us more quality of life. I'm missing Joy Vive's energy right now. She's been a big inspiration in my life of the things that make life easier, right? We embrace the things that make life easier. That's a huge joint. This joint is way too huge for me. But the paper is filled. I mean, I love you. I love your dog. I'm just okay. Me's like, I'm just okay. I'm just okay. Just okay as in you're coping, you're you're just okay. I'm just okay. What is the just okay coming from? Like, how has your January been? Has it been hard? Have you been fighting old patterns? That's been 2023 for me so far. Is fighting old patterns, trying to reestablish new ones. There she is. I love you too, JV. I love you so much. I perpetually loved myself once. Got kicked out of the movie. Dog dad, you silly you. You silly one. Yeah, that could be a little bit alarming. Sir, this is a public theater, please. Please, sir. Police. Oh goodness. That's not funny, but it is funny. It's kind of like a catchphrase, like shake my head, you're okay at best. Oh, okay. Okay. I feel you. To be okay. V-Slag, don't you want to join us on YouTube? I do this thing sometimes where I go for a little bit of a stroll. And I feel kind of strolly right now. But I love you so much that I don't want to be out of audio range. But with my microphones on my body, I can't be. I mean, I can be out of audio range, but I'll have to walk far to be out of audio range. Only when I see your name on YouTube, V-Slag, will I stand up and show you what I mean. That's been 2023 to me too. Fighting old patterns. It's been rough, but hopefully the new patterns stick. Little by little, they will. I'll go on YouTube. You're fine. Yeah, yeah. If I see V-Slag, I'm gonna look forward to it. Thank you, Dry, for sharing that synchronicity, dude. We're transcending old patterns. And the weird thing about having to perpetually love ourselves in that way, right? Having to perpetually transcend this pattern over and over and over again, it can make us feel like we're stupid, make us feel like we're less than, make us feel like we're evil, make us give us this sense of imposter syndrome. And oh yeah, I've been showing up in this way, trying to, generate more love, trying to be more present, trying to control my mental story in a way where I'm, reinforcing positive, mindsets instead of reinforcing negative ones. And yet still I have hard times with food, right? I have a hard time with my body image. I have a hard time with how much I should be doing, how much I am doing. I have a hard time with all of the ideas I have and a hard time with my execution because of how much time or energy I have, etc., 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 etc. Realizing that you're not less than ever, you're infinite, right? And that a part of the infinite experience you'll have are going to be the other side of the fractal of like, oh, I'm not doing as, good as I usually do. Like usually I can give 2%, and now it's only a 1% day, for example. Victor, it's nice having you. I'm gonna take a little bit of a stroll. I'm streaming on YouTube as well. Same name, Meltmore. If you want to join me, you look like you do yoga. I'm actually a yoga teacher, Victor, so your insight is very accurate, friend. I've been doing yoga every day for about 9 months now or something. It's been quite a vibe. Thank you for seeing the fractals. I appreciate that. Uh, Smoking and walking in nature is such a vibe. That's the thing I'm like wanting to show up for as well. Come to the YouTube, mommy. I love you. Just look, just took one of the biggest leaps of faith into someone in a long time. I'm hoping they stick around. Try historian. I'm feeling this. And at the same time, with this topic of perpetually loving, it's better to have loved and to have lost than not to have loved at all, right? So I admire your leap of faith. I acknowledge the strength it takes. And I also encourage you to not have any attachments, even to the possibility of her leaving or staying, or him leaving or staying, the friend or whatever, right? You understand what I'm saying? you are. uh, uh, you are so intelligent and so caring and thankful for what the world has given you. You're such a breath of fresh air, and I thank you. Stay amazing, and I hope to see you on a live again. Much love. Talon, I do this every day around the same time. I'll see you again soon as well. Thank you for the compliment. So much love to you. It's the year of seven, after all, the year to do deep inner work. I'm not even remotely surprised. I'm not seeing V-Slag's name just yet. I need to see V-Slag's name to actually be able to move my legs. That's like the function, right? If I'm an AI. If V-Slag message, then get up and walk. But the code is not executing. I was reading about the Shannon. Does it mean life path 7 or related to? It's related. There she is. Yeah. If life Maxi 23 breaks. Speaking of breaking old patterns, I've started a new challenge for me to do more mindful, to be more mindful, and to not to react to my emotions. A point that I really tried to reinforce in myself last night as well, that it's not bad to have feelings or to be impatient or to feel frustrated. It's about how you react, even in the mind, even in the face of that those kind of like reactions or those experiences, right? And I feel that is what mindfulness is in a way. You're being mindful of your emotions, of the situation that's going on. And instead of reacting, instead of participating in this energy that's making you feel bad, and then because you feel bad, like this is something that after I really kind of took it to heart, this understanding that we try to make other people feel the way we feel, right? That like the words we're sharing comes from a feeling, an understanding first. So listen, instead of listening to the words someone says, listen to the feeling they have in their hearts and what their reason, what their intention is behind trying to share it. So yeah. It helps. It helps with the emotions as well, because then instead of listening to this hurtful thing is being said to you, you're like, oh, this person is feeling hurt, right? That's why they're saying something hurtful at me. It's not me, it's a projection that they see in themselves. And it helps us be mindful. Thank you for reminding me of that as well, Lola. I'm here, I'm here. Try drive story. Hey, Joel. I'm happy that I stayed for a moment to say hi to Joel as well. I've joined YouTube finally. Something besides music. Maybe, I mean, what do you think of the stream? What do you think of the audio quality? How does it look, right? Is it worth it at least? Especially since you were there a long time for the RPAN streams. I know Dry with such a buzz. There we go. V-Slag, I've always wanted to ask you about your username. What inspired it? I remember at like the start us kind of like going into depth into that as well, about how her name is so brutal, right? And that she doesn't want to change it, that she does it intentionally. I can't remember the full fractal of why it is the way it is, but please do share. Maybe I'll come back to figure it out. We'll go for a little bit of a walk. I feel like this should be wide enough for us to get some distance. That feeling, that safe feeling, is what made me take a leap of faith, even if old patterns made it scary. The story of not being good enough, right? I'm seeing that story being told right now by V-Slag as well, saying, Griffin, I'm a dirtbag. I thought it up drunk and knew it was hilarious. I don't think I can do better, to be honest. Vomit Slag. I love you, V-Slag. And I accept you for exactly who you are. You are beautifully perfect in the eyes of the all. All I want is for you to believe that too. I know it's hard sometimes. We've done things that make us feel less than, right? Less than the divinity, less than that smart person, less than that aware individual. But we all have moments of unawareness. Sometimes we're unaware on purpose. It helps you experience a certain type of reality, right? Like it's weird. Like, and I had this as like a little bit of a psychedelic thought. That there has to be, or there can be, experiences that expect you to do certain things, right? Like for you to have the experience of deep, deep anxiety, right? Like anxiety is faith in evil, right? Fear is faith in evil. So for you to have that experience, that faith is still a part of this infinity, still part of the divinity that was intended for you. But in order to feel that, you are required to consider yourself separate. And your ego's job is to generate that separation as a narrative sometimes, right? The world is outside of me because I'm looking at that tree, right? And then I can walk up and touch it with my hand if I wanted to. But there is no tree if there is no me. There is no me feeling I can walk up to that tree and touch it. All right? There is no separation in this infinity. Between us, you listening to these words right now, I could be speaking into the air, right? Like that's a trip. This exact experience could be happening, and there's no you. And then think about the significance of that. Now I just look like an insane person. I'm an actual insane person that's like walking. Skibbity bobbity boo, skibbity beep, hey, you're the one that brings sanity into this place by being it, being the awareness, being the infinity. silly girl. Such a silly girl. Ah, this is this feels like a work of art. Maybe I should bring you with me so that I can just share that exact perspective I was having for a moment. Whew. Sorry, you now, friends. Okay, okay, okay. Eskew, pew, pew, pew. It is a work of art. No, you. Sha. I was literally singing that. I'm just a teenage dirtbag, baby. Skew, doo, pew. Oh, goodness. Who's that? Pippi? Is that a Pippi Wolffish? Eating my ass. Oh, you're so eating it. Oh, damn. That huge tree still needs to be chopped up. It's not going to get chopped up. It's going to stay right there. It wants to live. It wants to live. Look at this. After having its branches cut off, it's like, yeah, I will make new life. I will not surrender. Let me do that again. I shall create. Look at that fractal. All of these want to become branches. They want to live. She wants to live. So I listened. I was tripping out even. I was meditating underneath her, asking what she wants. She doesn't want to be chopped down. She wants to live. She still has roots in the ground. It's alive. It's alive. Gundam Attack. So beautiful. I appreciate this so much. It's so dark and gray outside here. I'm happy to be sharing this moment. Your view reminds me of a Minecraft biome. It does, right? It's surreal. It's crazy that this experience even is happening at all right now. Right? The fact that I'm holding a piece of technology that is absorbing photons of light, converting it into bits of information. and I'm this random entity that is conscious, that chooses to do that. Lol, it looks like the little leaflets. Oh, it's alive, so beautiful. I appreciate you, friends. How's that puppy? Hi, puppy. What you doing? Just holding the camera, looking at her. Us collectively looking at her. Maybe a better angle. Oh, you're gonna touch my hand. She's like, where's the animation? Eating me again. Literally the happiest dog ever. She teaches me so much. She shows me what's the truth sometimes. I go, yeah, you think you know shit? Look at how happy I am. But people trash my huskies around like ragdolls. She actually like really bites lightly. That's the thing, right? Like even though she bites me, she doesn't actually bite down. And it's like I think it's a tip Ninja Nanner gave me where it was like you should make baby dog crying sounds if she hurts you, because that's how they communicate to each other. She's such a silly dude. I love her to death. And then back to life again. You're like, what? Who said you could stop? Your huskies are like my dream scenario. Can I date my dream? Can I date you just to hang out with your dogs? It's called mouthing or mouth sparring. It's of course, like I mean, it's like their equivalent of like a hand, right? And if you think about the muscle distribution that there is in their necks versus that there is in their little armsies, that's like that's like the most of their muscles. Arr, 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 you got me. You so got me. Arr, arr. Yelping like dog communicates they're being too rough. Yes, he's like, you see, Gab is the doggo expert if any of us are. Oh, 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 oh. Thank you. Oh, oh, shush, shush. Arr, 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 arr. Oh, you're such a silly girl. And the kitties are like having a whole meeting there underneath the tree. Hey, Poopy, you wanna go and see what the kitties doing? You wanna see what the kitties are doing, you silly girl? You wanna see what the kitties are doing? Arr, 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 arr. I accept these terms. Gob is like down. We just arranged marriage. Gob and he's like, no, 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 no. I declare thee Gabadgoo and Vslag doggo parents. Kitty just went up the tree. She was like, yeah, I'm gonna do a cool thing. You're filming me? I'm gonna be so cool. I'm gonna be such a cool kitty. I'm gonna be the coolest kitty ever. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm gonna be so cool. Agreeing with me. What's a kitty kitty? Ooh, another kitty. Oh, sharpening them nails. Oh, your nails gonna be so sharp. So sharp. Oh, that's a cool kitty. What's a kitty? Here's a kitty kitty. Other kitties. You try me. You wanna? She ain't having none of it. She thinks super cute though. So cute. That's a kitty kitty. What your sister doing? What's your sister doing? She's like, nah, oh, can't feel my face. Are the kitties gonna live on the farm? They have been living on the farm for a while, these like. This is Roxy, and this is Shelby. That's a Shelby kitty. That's Shelby. Of course, Pippi. They used to be scared of each other. Now there's just love. So much love. Pippi is jealous though. Ooh, it's a meow. You want some lemons? There's a kitty. Wow. Parkour. He's like the puppies. You're gonna eat this. Goes over and smells it. Oh, it's a kitty, kitty. Your friends. You learn to accept the flow of Husky's enthusiast, Husky glitter, and Husky confetti. It is everywhere at all times forever. You're stronger than me, dude. Seriously. Hair on my stuff is like like even after I'm gonna be petting kitty, there's gonna be like some hair stuck to the bottom of my foot. I'm gonna clean that. I'm gonna be like, nah. Oh, it's a kitty kitty. Oh, the kitty kitty. Oh, it's a kitty kitty kitty. Kitties love getting stepped on. It's the one way they can hope to get some attention from me. Oh, it's a kitty, kitty. Oh, it's a kitty, kitty. Yeah. Adventures with kitties and Pippi have come to a conclusion. I'm happy that we got up and explored the world a little bit. Man, the crowds. And then a whip pan. Pippi. I'm so Pippian. Yeah, yeah. Instantly back to Carnage. Ooh, it's gonna be 1, 1, 1, 1. On the time little indicator just now. Hey, you now friends. I'm surprised you're still here. Thank you. I'm back in voice range. I mean, if you think I'm slaggy for humans, you could see how much more I like cute puppies. The love is true. I love exploring the world with you, Mel. I can see this definitely being a thing. Gobbledygoo. Us exploring the world is only going to grow in fidelity, is the best way I feel I can say it. The definitions will increase, the amount of depth we can see, the clarity. Yeah, it's gonna be fun. I do believe that this is just a matter of time, right? Our devices will get better, our internet speeds will get faster, our gear will improve, our creativity will continue to be. There's so much to see in the world, right? Like I could legit spend a whole year making content about just this one tree, right? Filming it from different angles, cutting it together in a beautiful collage of a depiction of beauty. Studies prove that human beings prefer nature fractals. We like that stuff. Maybe that's another idea I have to bookmark. Actually, make that one day. Mm, maybe just to check. There we go. Yeah, I thought so. Comments weren't showing again. I like melty fractals. For some reason that took my mind many different places. It was kind of trying to figure out what that means for you, for me, going forward. Especially with this topic of love for humanity, right? We are one, there Gov goes, right? There's love for humanity, there's love for ourselves, right? Realizing that we're not separate from that. That this whole experience is a pretty melty one, right? A melty fractal. Melty fractal. Kind of sounds like multi, which also would suffice as a definition. The coolest way that I can think of explaining how melty all of this is to think of it in scales of stuff in our universe, right? one of the smaller star bodies, a neutron star, right? They can be up to like only, I think, 16,000 kilometers in radius, which is still a lot, but it's small relatively to the stuff that we have in the universe. But it is also one of the densest objects in the universe, right? A neutron star. So it's so dense that the atoms, right, like literally ceaselessly fuse into each other. It's a it's an actual mind-boggling, mind-melting the amount of energetic experience happening there encapsulated into itself. Right. So to set that up, if you took the entire universe, conceivable or not, and put it into, or let's say actually the observable, if you took the entire observable universe, right, that lens, that eye, and you close it into the size of a neutron star, right, the densest object in our universe as we know of it right now, you and I, even separated by thousands of kilometers right now on a planetary scale, are closer to each other than the atoms in those neutron stars, relatively, right? Relative to the scale of the universe, if you could scale it down to the scale of a neutron star. That I don't know if that translates, if it makes sense. It's like thinking about this connection we have, this oneness that we all experience, this realization that we are encapsulated in the earth, right? Like it's like a drop of existence, of life, of beingness in a mostly, at least to our immediate observations of the tech we have right now, a desolate world. We have the one world that is this gorgeous, realizing that we're a part of it. And realizing that not only are we a part of it, but it is so unlikely in the scale of this universe that it could even exist. And then the fact that it does, and that me and you get to be on it at the same time, right? We were talking about time at the start of the stream. Like it's every single one of us were born maybe at a different time, right? Different year, different month, different day. And yet right now we are in the moment. No matter like how much in this moment you are isn't dependent on when you were born. Right? And it goes to this point of it isn't even dependent on if you are born. You don't even have to be born to be that. This present moment awareness. It's a whole trip. It's a whole trip. Susanna joining us. I got the job. Pom, pom, pom. Pom, pom, pom. I'm seeing Susanna, like absolutely scarfed up, walking into a crowd. Maybe even like some Conor McGregor arm swinging is happening. Pom, pom, pom. All WWE meme music. John Cena meme. Oh, I'm so proud of you, Susanna. Thank you for sharing this good news with us. Susanna applied for a job as an art therapist and got the job. I'm so proud of you, friend. Thank you, Shan. I told you guys. I told you guys first. Thank you for sharing this beautiful news with us. It's beautiful. We special. So happy and excited for you, Fred. KO. Schwab, boom. He was like, yeah, knocked out that interview like it was no thing. Congrats, Han. And thank you, Wisla, for being here for this moment as well. Shall we pull a card? I feel like the sacred geometry has been pretty present. We've had some cool chats again. Friends. Your friends and your inspirations. Your fractals. The more that you are. There was this conversation I had with Vsauce by Lex, where he asked him, what does he think about the influence someone like Elon Musk has, right? And he mentioned something in the case of he has a lot of influence, people take what he says seriously, and that is something you have to take responsibility for. And then he reflected it back on him, right? That is like, don't you think you also have that power? People also respect what you say, people also believe. And in that moment, while they were having this conversation, I was just thinking to myself that not only is it significant, but it is significant even if you don't have a large following. If you have only access to the people in your immediate family, if you have only access to yourself, right? You have to try and bring that love, to try and realize the influence you have over what someone feels, and then truly take responsibility for it. We shared today beautifully that, oh goodness, I'm tripping out about this card. It's gone. Forbidden knowledge. Forbidden knowledge. Oof. Orange, huh? It's interesting which part of it you're realizing. Dry Historian and Griffin with the accuracies. You friends are like spot on today. Look at this beautiful orange. Orange butterflies in the middle. Of course, you got the orange on the animal cards, Shan, and then the blue as like a core of the theme. You friends are perfectly on that as well. My mind is still in that loop, and I have to let it go. I am not less for not sharing everything. I am not less for forgetting. Butterflies represent transformation. Oh my. Card 63 as well. Second to last card of the whole deck. Jade Meander. I don't think we've pulled this card too many times. It's a beautiful one, I believe. Oh my, right? It's such a cool card. I think this might be the first time we've ever pulled it on stream. Mm. Mm, 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 mm. We are all the butterflies and flowers, the people and the planet, the person and the current patriarchy. Oh, please, please see me. Harmony and beauty. I don't recall this one. I think this is the first time. Embedded in this card. Take a sip of water. Love you. Harmony and beauty. Mm. That's great. Embedded in this card is a beautiful meandering crop formation. The feel of this geometry is similar to the way life force moves through the human energy system. The meandering cross path conveys balance and harmony. Green jade vine and two butterflies amplify the elegance and harmony of the scene. Choosing this card reminds you to notice beauty all around you every day and to take into your being as one way of creating greater harmony and accord into your life. See how even a stormy day is filled with splendor. Observe the inquisitiveness of any one of your personal sacred objects as if for the first time. Right now, there's like a certain amount of condensation, making drip lines, some specks of dirt, a lot of scratches. Each of it's so unique. The fade, the way the bottom of the cup has been chipped is creating these like really interesting little fractals as well. Let's see if I can properly capture that. What an experience. Observe the exquisiteness of any one of your personal sacred objects as if for the first time. Give your attention to the harmonies in music and realize you can experience them as multidimensional. Notice how even such simple observations transform your perceptions. Hold an awareness of beauty and harmony in your heart long enough to generate a feeling you personally associate with each one. Observe this feeling and realize you can consciously recall it at any time you need a bit of harmony to ease the stress of your day. Walk in beauty and flow with the harmony of the spheres. I am zim 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 I don't know what that was. I came out of nowhere. Gary, of course, he's here right now. Energy being suddenly being downloaded. Dude, thank you for sending some. I didn't know of this future that existed just yet, but now it makes perfect sense. This is a perfect card for how I'm feeling recently, especially with butterflies, meaning transformation, especially the fact that we mentioned on the stream that 2023 for some of us have been a year of defeating old patterns, right? That is a transformation process. The fact that you're fighting old patterns in yourself right now is an indication of your lack or of your inadequacy, right? It's an indication of your exquisiteness in your willingness to actually transcend these patterns, to transform instead of just to accept. Man, this card is perfect. Thank you, friends, for joining me for this. My solo exhibit is all butterflies. This card hits hard for me. Oh, in synchronicity, right? Showing up every day as an opportunity for serendipity. Loving serendipity. Beautiful card. Love you, friend. Thank you for joining me, for sharing this space, for creating this moment, right? On a very real and visceral level. Without you here right now, this moment ceases to exist. Sure, I'm still in this moment with you, and you can technically recreate this moment by having the thought of it. But the fact that you're here for this right now, the fact that I can tell you in this moment, with some level of latency, I guess, I love you, and I appreciate you sharing this moment with me. I finally feel like I've settled in my cocoon. Yes, I am ready to melt, to turn into goo so that I can transform into the version of me that I know I can be. I accept my transformation process. 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 I am transformed. Transformation is courageous. Courage is transformational. Be courageous enough to show up today, friends. So whatever it is, right? Just something that you dearly love. If you show up for something you love every day, I promise you the world is going to be a better place. If not for the rest of the world, at least for you. And that's good enough, right? Look at me. You need to be happy for all of us. It's important. Being in the stream feels like coming home. Love you all. We love you, Maxine. We love you all. Thank you for streaming, Mel. Thank you for being here with me, dude. Stream of consciousness both ways. Joel, haven't seen Isaac's name in a while. Is he all right? He's all right. He's just in it, dude. In the fractal right now. He's showing up, has a wife, has a dog, has a job. He's working hard. I know he's in this moment with us, right? Just think about that. Isaac's not gone. Isaac is here now, in this moment, Isaacing, right? And we call him Isaac for a reason. So if Isaac isn't here right now, Isaac is somewhere else being wise, being loving. And that's what I believe about all of you friends. Just to complete the loop of my gratitude for you being here as well. So happy you're here, Maxine. We are. And we know that you're being lovingly. We hope, we believe, we manifest that you are lovingly even if you're not here. Speaking of showing up, circle tonight at 8 p.m. Thank you, Sam, for manifesting the opportunity to show up together. I appreciate that so much. Isaac. Isaac. What is an Isaac to me? Weirdly enough, I think like my brain goes towards tear duct. That's an Isaac right now. So maybe Isaac can make us cry sometimes. pull the tears out of our eyes, Zach, with his beautiful words. Prophet Slag, thank you for joining us, for sharing your love, your presence. It's so great to see you all and everyone. We missed you. We like having you here. Thank you for joining us. Christian is calling me actually. Love you, friends. See you soon.